So it's good to see you all. It's been a nice summer that has now turned into fall. And we are going to talk about a very special visitor that we have in Philadelphia. And we've pulled out all the stops for this special visitor. Does anyone know who it is? Who's? Hey, Viv, who's visiting us this week? The Pope. Yeah, Pope Francis has come all the way from the Vatican in Rome to D.C., New York, and saving the best for last, Philadelphia. And we are really excited that he has come to town. A lot of people are excited that Pope Francis has come to Philadelphia. Now, Pope Francis is a leader of the Roman Catholic Church, and the Roman Catholic Church has 1.2 billion, with a B, billion members. The Unitarian Universalist Association that we are part of has 250,000 members. So it's a big group, a big, big, big group. And while we are not Roman Catholic, and he is not our Pope, he is not our religious leader, we still like a lot of the things that he has to say because it reminds us of some of the things that we hold very near and dear to our heart. Now, we don't have anyone in our tradition who's like a pope who can necessarily tell us what to believe. Like, we are all on a search for truth and meaning ourselves, and we support each other in that search. And what we are guided by, we're guided by principles. Does anyone know how many principles we have? Seven principles to help us make good decisions in this world. So our belief system is very, very different from Roman Catholicism, but still, this Pope Francis is saying a lot of things that we tend to agree with. And one of the two main messages that Pope Francis has is that each person is worthwhile. Each person is worthwhile, which is our first principle. And the second message that Pope Francis has to say is that people should be treated kindly. That's our second principle, that we should treat others with kindness. Now, there's a third thing that Pope Francis has to say, which is a little bit different. So he made a speech in New York in front of all of the world leaders at the United Nations. And he said he was really trying to scare everyone into action. And he said that the world is being wrecked by selfish and boundless thirst for wealth. The world is being wrecked by a selfish and boundless thirst for wealth. Now, that's a really, really big word, and it's a big, big sentence. So I want to illustrate for you what that might mean. Now, I'd like to ask for a volunteer, someone who's maybe a little bit thirsty. Carlton, okay, perfect. So Carlton, you stay right where you are. I'm going to grab something. I'm going to go down my escape path. And I'm going to give you a cup of water because you said you're thirsty. So here's your cup of water. I'm going to just place it here so I don't make a mess. And you tell me when to stop, okay? When you've had enough water and your thirst might be quenched. Oh.
Stop. Stop.
Is this enough? Should I keep going? Well, you're going to have a hard time drinking all of that water, Carlton. Right? So, no, don't drink it. We're going to use that water to water some plants later on. But I have overfilled Carlton's cup with water, more water than he can possibly drink. And there are others in the world who don't have any water at all. And Carlton's cup is overflowing. overflowing with water. So what could we do about that? Should I keep pouring? No. Well, that would make a mess. Yes. The moral of the story is not to overfill the cup of water, but rather to share what we have with others who may not have enough, because that makes a mess, right? And we don't want to make a mess of this beautiful chancel, and we don't want to make a mess of this beautiful world that we have to share. So we are really excited that the Pope has come to town, because he is sharing another message that is really important to us, and that's our seventh principle, to take care of this earth, which is our home, because we are part of an interdependent web of life. So we do that by ensuring that everyone has enough, and if someone's cup is overflowing, maybe sharing that extra water with others. So that's why we're glad that he's in town, because that's another very important message. I'll pour you a little bit more, Carlton. Can you remember that? And with that, we are going to go off to our social justice program focused on education, and the congregation is going to sing the words in the order of service.